Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. Today I'm going to explain 2022 American computer animated adventure comedy movie called The Croods, A New Age. The movie starts with a flashback of a young boy named Guy, watching as his parents are doomed to the tar pits. They encourage him to keep moving forward in search of a place called tomorrow. Guy charts his own path and documents his journey before meeting his pet sloth, Belt. Then he ends up meeting Eve. Eve gives a brief recap of how all of her family, except her dad Krug, ended up loving Guy. But very soon, Guy, with his charming behavior, manages to make a place in his heart also. Krug happily accepts Guy in his family, and they all start living together. In the present, the Croods, Krug, Eve, Guy, Aga, Chunk, Gran, Sandy, and pets Chunky and Douglas are running through a canyon as they evade Tangadillos chasing them. Using their wits and strength, the family outruns the creatures before making it to safety. As the family settles for the night, Eve and Guy are so in love that they ignore their duties in the family, since they are so focused on each other. Guy is tired of sleeping in a pile with the family, and he talks to Eve about potentially leaving the family to start their own path in Guy's imagined tomorrow. Unbeknownst to them, Krug is awake and listening to the whole thing, and not happy about Guy trying to take Eve away from him, since he feels the pack should stick together. In the morning, Krug wakes up the family to bring them to a spot that he discovered. It concealed by a wall, but Krug breaks it down to show the family a beautiful paradise full of food and fresh land. The Croods feast upon all the food in the land until they get too full. Krug then sports a banana, which he is most eager to get a hold of. But when he does, the family gets caught in a trap. They are found by two modern humans, Phil and Hope Betterman. After seeing that the Croods can understand them and speak English, they invite them to join them. They are then surprised to see Guy, as they were friends with his parents and are happy to know that he is alive. The Bettermans show the Croods their home, which they have adapted to with better resources like more food, water, a shower, and plumbing. They bring out their daughter Dawn, whom Eve is excited to meet since he has found another teenage girl to be friends with. Dawn is also happy to see Guy, and he sees that she also has a pet sloth named Sash, with whom Belt falls in love. Thunk becomes fascinated with the Betterman's window, where he watches the scenery outside, while Aga and Gran are happy to sleep somewhere comfortably. Krug is not too happy with the new setting and expresses his annoyance since he thinks Guy is still trying to take Eve away. Meanwhile, Phil and Hope think the Croods are nothing more than filthy cave people and are conspiring to set Guy up with Dawn. Phil and Hope give Guy a makeover while Eve hangs out with Dawn. She is curious about Eve's scars, including a prosthetic toe she has. That is just a peanut shell. The two then chunky out to right outside of the wall into unexplored territory. They find giant bees and Dawn gets stung through the hand. But even though it hurts her, she is just excited to have her first scar. When Aga suggests that she and her family might stay long term, Hope makes transparent and condescending remarks about her family and suggesting that they should be headed on their way soon. Meanwhile, Phil takes Krug to his man cave, where he brings him into the sauna. Using the heat, Phil manipulates Krug into coming up with an idea to leave Guy with them so that he can be paired with Dawn, and Krug won't lose Eve from the pack. After the girls return from their trip, Guy finds them and scolds Eve from getting Dawn hurt, telling her not to act like a cave girl, which Eve takes offense to. Krug and Aga also conspire against the Bettermans after seeing what kind of people they are. The families gather for dinner, where Eve acts immaturely to get back at Guy. Phil spills the beans that Krug agreed to dump Guy on them. so he won't take Eve, leading to Aga and Eve turning against him. Guy reveals to Phil that he has eaten his beloved bananas, which he had been forbidding him from eating for an unspecified reason despite the abundance of them. Crood and Guy go with Phil to the wall, where they hear a pounding sound coming from the other side. Phil says to keep the bananas there to placate whatever fearsome creatures are on the other side. The wall breaks down and a small punch monkey is sitting there. Crood laughs until he sees that there is a whole pack of them, and the monkeys take the man as prisoners. The women find out about this and head off to save them. At the punch monkey lair, Guy speaks to the eldest monkey, who tells him that they keep the bananas there because they have to serve a giant monster. They will eat them if it is not feed bananas. Since the guys made the mess, the monkey are having them set up as sacrifices to the monster. The rest of the family ride Chunky into dangerous territory. Sandy tries to pick up their scent, while Aga tries to steer them across the land, which is with land sharks. Hope tries to steer them in a safer path, but she ends up causing everyone to fall in the river. Gran sends her here, which is a living creature she calls Pegasus, to fly out and find the men. Hope blames the Croods for getting them in trouble, insulting them coldly and dismissing them as just savage cave people. She plans to run off with Dawn to find Phil themselves, but Hope ends up running through the geyser that freezes instantly and traps her. She finds herself in the lair of wolf spiders. The others come in to help, until Dawn sees that the bigger wolf spiders are protecting a little pup from harm. Dawn acknowledges that her mom was trying to do the same, even though she was rude to them. Just before the men are prepped for sacrifice, Crood and Phil fight in front of the monkeys, where they air out their grievances about each other before hitting each other with low emotional blows, in which they call each other bad fathers, but they sting each other since they recognize their faults. Later at night, Hope apologizes to Aga and Eve about how she spoke to them. Pegasus then returns and points out to Gran that the men are at the punch monkey lair. Gran leads them all as the Thunder Sisters, just like the epic stories she used to tell the kids. The monkeys dress the guys as bananas as the large coiled punch monkey monster emerges to try and feast on them. Crood and Phil take the time to apologize to each other and tell Guy that they are both okay with him being with Eve. The ladies ride it on the wolf spiders and fight the punch monkeys before they manage to free the men. The monster goes after them, but Eve and Guy climb over a large skull hanging by vines, where Guy apologizes to Eve for offending her and says that tomorrow is not a place, but it is wherever he is with her. They create a spark with their rocks and burns the vines to bring the skull down on the monster, but not before sharing their first big kiss. The monster falls down a hole but grabs Eve. The families and even the other punch monkeys grab Eve to pull her to safety until she reveals that the monster is holding her peanut toe. It falls into the abyss, and the punch monkeys thank the human for freeing them from the monster. As they escape the lair, the Croods and the Battermans are now all living together in harmony. Along with the punch monkeys, Guy and Eve head off to start their own family, but still remembering visit the family whenever they can. The families then gather to share a meal in their new paradise. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.